I don't know if you've heard Kevin, but the
Yeah.
awkward stage for young adults has been eliminated.
Thank you for saying that because it's so fucked up that
It's
I
been
lived so
eliminated.
ugly for
Lots of
so
them.
long. Like it's so fucked up that that didn't exist. It's so fucked up that we didn't
Oh,
know.
middle
We just
school
didn't
Fran was
know.
horrendous.
We didn't know
I get more
what to look
frustrated
like or how to
that-
dress. Like we had no idea.
That we're living in this time period now with all this like technology, NFTs, when you could have just lived in the 70s and it literally was just about like drinking and fucking. Smoking.
Yeah,
Or you
well,
never
yeah.
know what you're missing. Like you think like, oh, how could people in the 1800s not live without internet or TV? It's like, well, they didn't fucking
They
know
didn't
what
know.
that is.
Yeah.
Like,
Once you
right
know
now,
it,
like
yeah.
there will be something 300 years from now. People are like, how do they live without it? It's
I
like,
guess
well, we
it's
can't
harder
show
because
it.
I thought it
with
would go-
the little bit of the younger generation, just because obviously technology has advanced a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
but not like that much.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
13-year-olds now have their phones and the internet and whatever. And like when I was 13, like I didn't have a phone, but like internet messaging, could like
Yes,
still
I
talk
had
to
it,
people.
yeah, with AOL.
to the
Yeah.
same,
What accounts
you know,
for that huge change?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not that drastic. There are massive changes, but it's just the
It
way that they
shows
live their
between,
lives
like
now.
13-year-olds now and us now. Like it's like, well, what the fuck was
crazy.
that?
You would
Like,
see a 13-year-old and be like, that's a 13-year-old. You would never second guess
Yes.
it. Now you could see a
And not
13-year-old and be
only-
like, she might be 19.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
but she's
Literally.
probably 13.
And not
likely
only the way
13.
just like they dress and like obviously like look older. Like when I think of a girl that age, a kid that age, they're like skipping and playing
Yes.
and goofy and
Yes.
like you know chewing their nails and
Yes.
like yelling at their mom
Making
and
silly
throwing
videos with their
around.
friends.
Right.
Like,
And
actually
now
silly
there's just like
videos.
hot chicks like popping their ass out and there's guys walking around like, yo, what up? Like,
yes,
hey,
yeah.
what's going on? You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, yeah,
Something
like I was a
crazy.
fucking, I still am, but I certainly was back then, where it'd be like, hey guys, you wanna like fucking
No.
play cards? You know, like,
Me,
like
my
a baseball
basement
card
taking
over
like
here.
giant fucking loser, yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
My
your laptop.
friends in the black and
On
white,
the
the
laptop.
terrible filters.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
of
Like
course.
you're
No, it
two
makes
friends,
no-
like
shit is so
What
different.
do you
I don't
think
know.
when you were saying like 300 years from now, right? So when we think about people living in like the 1700s, we're like, oh, because whenever we do these ATI hypotheticals, it's like, would you rather be poor now or rich
Right.
back then? And
Right.
I'm always like,
rich
I don't,
back then.
Rich back then.
No,
Big
but
time.
see,
No, I
Gatsby
would say
rich,
porn.
like I want.
So me too, because I don't want to live with no running water and no
How
shower.
toilet
Yeah.
paper?
No,
I
I'm
want
Right,
to
so I think
kill
I'm
myself.
thinking
Fine
right,
with
right,
it
but wait,
back then.
so
Fine
so
with it,
what
yeah.
Everyone has
like,
bad breath.
don't care.
What,
Because you don't
300
even
years
know.
from now?
It's just what everyone's used to.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. Like,
You're saying-
I'm saying that
yeah.
we would travel from right now till back then, and then you would be like, I don't have a
okay.
shower.
So I would be aware of the
Yes.
changes. That's
You know
That's
what,
very
though?
different.
Aware of the changes is one thing, but if you're rich, you have people that like wait on. I'm putting myself right into the times of like
Yes.
I'm the Queen of England now.
For sure.
And so I'm back there. So
I'm
now
in,
I
like,
assume
I-
that I
that
have
bitch is
servants.
not brushing her teeth.
I'm
or
in
cleaning
Versailles.
her
I'd
teeth.
rather
She
be
had
me
servants
than
brushing her
Kelly.
teeth for her and
What
changing her and
happened?
bathing her. And
Actually,
doing
Kelly,
her.
I would like if we were in like
you seem
Versailles,
like that,
sign
but
me up.
that's your
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Rich in
take
Versailles.
literally take care of me.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know how
Marie
good they
Antoinette.
have
Like
it.
just
You
bathe
can't
me,
go on
dress
Twitter
me.
or watch TV.
Yeah.
So what? I'm rich and
can argue
everybody's
that's
around
a
me,
good
and
thing.
If
all
you
we do
right
is
now
eat and drink all
dance
day.
If you right now went back and didn't have any entertainment or any things you have, you would be like,
I'd be
yes,
a slut.
you can
I'd be a
enter-
big
yeah,
slut.
I was gonna
That's
say.
what I'm doing. I'm just obsessed with
The
it.
only thing you do is
And that's
fuck.
what they did. That's all they
what
did. They
they-
would
that's what
eat
they
and
did.
drink and
Yeah.
fuck, and that's all they would do. They just count their money and wear wigs.
Yeah.
Kelly would thrive.
I would.
She'd
Yeah,
be like,
let's
I
take
am-
care of her.
I am,
Fran
the
would also
Duchess.
thrive. I
Kiss
think.
the fucking
I think Fran,
hands.
you and I would.
Yeah.
We've got.
You
it.
make good rich people.
Oh man,
We basically
you know
wish we were there
how many
anyway.
horses I had?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
A million
I don't give a fuck
horses.
about Twitter. I
Ride
could
the
ride all my
fields,
horses
ride
at
the
once if I want
beaches.
to.
Yeah,
Frolicking.
gives a
Wait,
fuck.
how
Forget
poor
it.
are we talking now, too?
I would never be poor now. I'm already.
You know,
I'm not trying
let's
to
say
be
you
more
have
poor
like an
than this.
apartment. I'm not gonna make you homeless, but like you know, you're in like a you're in a shitty like tenement, and you're like living like you know you're trying to find your next gig. Basically. I don't know. You're like doing odd
I
jobs
don't
for
know.
people and
I
making
go
cash.
back. I go back.
Was your question going to be, what if people
Versailles
years
stuff.
from now going to look back and be like, fuck that, I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
this?
So like right now,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like
It's gonna be in our brain.
No. I'm saying like hygiene wise, like very
Oh.
very specifically,
Yeah.
like have we reached as clean as you can get, or are they gonna go back and be like, can you believe they only use soap and water? Like that
I was
is.
gonna say, I feel like
Yeah.
showers are pretty antiquated when you think
You would
about
think
it.
about
They're
it.
just
We've
like
been doing that
water
forever.
and soap. Like
So,
I feel
yeah,
like
I'm saying-
eventually we're gonna figure something.
Right,
Like,
there'll
you
be
think
some
that
kind of like
you'll,
body
like,
scan or
I
something.
Like you
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
into
yeah.
something and
Yeah.
it's
red
cleanses
rays or
you.
something, and they'll be like,
Some
they
kind
used
of
to think,
UV,
they used to
yeah,
think
for
that
sure.
warm water and shampoo was enough. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I would
oh, that's
love?
Just fucking with my
disgusting.
head.
I would
Yeah.
love if we had, I would love
Fuck.
this. This is something that just came in my mind. You know those like chambers that they like it's Austin Powers I'm thinking of, where you're cryogenically frozen
Yes,
and he's
yes.
stuck.
Yeah.
I would love if that was like the
Walt Disney.
shower and you walk in and it like immediately fills up with water. You just walk in and it
Zaps you.
drains, and
Yeah.
as it drains, it cleans
Cleans
you and
you.
dries you at the same time.
Well,
Like,
think
that would
about
be
now with
fantastic.
COVID,
That
right?
probably
Like you
exists
go
every
in the
time.
airport
Pretty good,
or
right?
anything,
Every time.
like they have those
Be ejectively
machines Like
The
there's these
UV
little
ray
rope.
thing or whatever.
There's like these little robot things that they're on wheels and they go around and it says that they're just cleaning the environment. They have like little lights. Eventually, that'll be made for people.
Like little
I
drones
wish,
fly
yeah.
around
Like
you.
you
and
just
Yeah,
stand
that would
there
be
and just
nice.
like spray
Almost
shit.
like
Almost
almost
as
as
if you're
It's
clean.
like the gross.
As
like,
if you're going
yeah.
into
And
like
you
a
know
washing machine. Like
Yeah.
here I am stepping into my washing
Yeah.
machine, and it's just like spin cycle, but it's my
Yeah.
body.
You know what I
Like,
think is
that's
even
cool.
more antiquated is brushing your teeth. Like we just take
Oh,
a
yeah.
stick with some bristles and
So sick of brushing teeth.
like.
man.
And I guess now they have
They
the
gotta
electric
find a better
toothbrushes
way to
and
do
stuff.
that too, though.
I've said
Because
that
I
my
know
whole
you're
life.
supposed
Yes.
to change your toothbrush like whatever it is
Like,
every
who
couple
does?
months.
Yeah, but who's
Every couple.
I just did that.
You do. You probably have
I
to
mean,
come
it's
away,
been-
like,
It's
every
actually
couple
supposed to
months.
be like
No.
3 months.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
switched my.
Because
my
think
brush.
about that, like
throwing away my toothbrush.
sometimes
Gross
when I
it's
think
been.
about that, like if you're using a toothbrush for a long time, you're like, this has been sitting open,
Yeah.
like the bristles are out in my bathroom.
yeah. And
Like,
It's in the
Yeah.
grossest
put it
part of
back
your
in my mouth, put it back on the bathroom sink,
from
put
the
it back
back
in
of
your
your
mouth.
throat
Sometimes,
to
sometimes
there.
I'll have
Yeah.
a toothbrush maybe for like a month, like not even that full amount of time. It'll be a month, and I'll sit there and I'll think about that, and I won't.
going
I'm like,
on, like,
nope, I
2
gotta get
years,
rid of it.
bro.
I am
It'll
buying
get in
new
my head.
toothbrushes tonight.
Yeah, it gets in your
Well,
head
and
when you
know
think
what?
about
They
it.
made those little you like little clip that you put on top.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
To-
The-
Oh,
to
I do
cover
that.
the
I
bristles.
do that.
Yeah.
But then I think that's like trapping the moisture. Like
Me
it's
too,
all
and it's
wet
gonna
and
get
I put
mold
it in
in
there.
there.
Yeah.
I'm always
I
thinking
keep
about mold.
mine
Like,
inside
mold
the
is
sink,
everywhere.
inside like the drawer, because I don't like the air touching
Yeah,
it.
but that's
Oh,
pretty
it's
gross.
fine.
It's not as much
like
hygiene
dusty
as
old
that
fucking
drawer.
cabinet.
I've always wondered, when are we going to be able to just like stick our head in a computer and be like, I want to look my hair to look like Julian
zip.
Edelman.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Your hair
Like
comes
what,
out.
like
Guess
Liquid
what, brother?
Jackson's.
You do it on the fucking computer, man.
Yeah,
Earth 2.
yeah.
Or you
That's
go
it. You
to
can look however you
Fleischmann's.
wanna look.
Or you go to
Yeah, or
Fleischmann's.
Fleischmann's.
There
There it
you
is.
go.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're gonna get down with this. You're gonna get down with this soon. I can tell.
You know, what I was
The
gonna-
Matrix life.
What I was going to add
I'm gonna
though is
convince
that
Rudy.
I'm
need to.
reading
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading this book right now, and it's crazy because they actually make the argument that like human life it got like considerably worse after the agricultural revolution. Like
When people like stayed put and
yeah,
like
so like
built towns and
when
cities and
people
shit.
when people became really they were like hunter gatherers, so they were really smart. They were smart enough to like have like crews of like 24 people, and they would move around and like hunter gather, and they had
Nomad
everything they
life.
needed, and they would work for like 3 hours a day.
What
Yeah.
book is this?
It's called *Sapiens*. It's fucking wild.
I know.
You know what this
I've heard
sounds
of that
like?
book.
Also, exactly the plot of Moana. Like very much so.
No, but
like
they
it's not
had,
just
like,
me, or like it
they-
really does. Where they stayed put
Things
and
were all
like
good.
shit dried up and wasn't so
Yes,
great, and then
yes.
they're
No,
Because-
they literally
because
no. So like
Voyagers, yeah.
at some point they invented farming.
Right.
And
Yeah.
farming invented population explosion, which invented disease, which invented jobs.
Right.
So like
also,
so
And
like
currency.
but
dude,
also
back in the
you
day,
gotta,
like,
you gotta value
What is going
like
on?
so. Yes, there's disease and the idea of you have to work your whole life versus like they were scrambling for food every given day.
They're like killing each other.
They
for
were like,
food.
you know, if we don't find a
Yeah.
new animal to kill, like we're going
Yeah,
to
no,
starve.
for sure.
They're gonna
I mean,
cold
so
every
it's a
now
little-
and then
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
have to kill
right,
an
you would get a
animal.
cold,
Yeah.
you would get a
Well,
cold and maybe die, but you would
I'll take it. I'll
At,
take
like,
a disease.
17.
I'll take like getting
Overall-
sick every once in a while
Yeah.
to go to the grocery store.
yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But overall, like your environment
I love
had
local
everything
meat.
you needed, and you didn't have to fight for resources because you were like living in like a symbiotic relationship with your environment.
Right.
Versus
and then,
like
and then
now,
things like COVID aren't going to happen.
now,
because,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
they're
Like
always
now,
like,
you have to wake
Well, at
up.
least you won't know
It's like
about
that tweet. It's like that famous tweet where it's like Mesopotamians invented like agriculture, and now I have to pay a mortgage every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that. Like it's like that.
honestly
Like
true.
summary.
Well, it's butterfly effect. It all goes back to butterfly effect. Like,
yeah,
where's
yeah.
what
It all
happened
started
here that
then.
now puts
Fight-
me
fight
sitting
over
here
every
drinking this
night.
beer?
Right.
We always talk.
no
There's
problem,
some like proverb he always references where it's like there's like a rich guy who's on the beach in like I think like Mexico or something.
And they're like,
and they're
why-
fishing.
he's fishing. Yeah,
and he's
I've heard
like
this one,
he's
yeah.
like you know, long story short, this guy like. This one guy just fishes on the beach. He like lives in Mexico. He like lives in a hut, but he fishes every day on the beach next to this like billionaire. And the billionaire's just there on vacation. And then he's got to go back home to work to make enough money so that one day he can retire to the beach to fish. And the guy
Right.
who fishes is like, why don't you just fish?
Just do
You know,
this,
why don't
yeah.
you just do this? I can do it right now. I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like the whole
But he's
idea.
not
of,
living
like,
in
That
a
is so
mansion,
true.
though.
Yeah.
Right, but this
Yeah.
guy living in his mansion, he's like, fuck, I just want to like the only thing I like in life is getting down to the beach in Mexico
Yeah.
to fish.
Yeah,
and it's
that is
like,
true.
but
I think
but
about
like,
that
but
sometimes.
yes,
Can I
that,
give up
that
my
guy
life?
fishing is like, my hut sucks, dude.
Yeah, like,
Like
this
yeah,
guy's
I
got
get
a
to
hot
fish,
tub.
but you know, grass is basically always greener. 96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed.
Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our clips.
That's about what the I would guess the breakdown of
Good people versus bad
demographics
people?
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
you can be a bad person still, but just click
You
the
could be a
button.
piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.